What's going on? Yesterday also she was replying so quickly, but suddenly from today, although she is online and seeing my messages, she is not replying anymore. Is she trying to ignore me? When somebody is ignoring you, especially if you hold an emotional relationship with that person, maybe boyfriend or girlfriend, or maybe best friend, then it really hurts. You cannot focus on your work, endlessly keep waiting for her reply, and you kind of start to feel like depressed. So, what is the solution for this life problem? What should you do if someone is ignoring you? This is what I am going to share with you in this video, step by step in details. So that if you are facing the same or similar kind of problem in your life, you can overcome it permanently. So in this case, the first step is to ask yourself what happened. If until today or recently she was talking with you normally and suddenly she is ignoring you, then for sure something has happened. Now to find out what is that something, you should ask yourself first what happened. Have you told her something that could have hurt her? Knowingly or unknowingly, have you done something wrong with her? If you know it for sure that you have told or done something wrong to her, and if that relationship matters to you, then bro, put your ego aside, just go and tell her sorry. Tell her that unintentionally you have made that mistake and so you are saying sorry to her. Because your relationship matters to you much more than your ego. Now this is the first case scenario. In the second case, suppose you asked yourself what happened and you saw that you had done nothing wrong with her and so you have no idea why she is ignoring you. In that case, you have to follow this second step, and that is ask her what happened. What happens in most of the cases is that we can't put aside our ego to tell her sorry or to ask her what happened, and in this way we put an end to a good relationship. So if you can't figure out what has happened, then obviously you should ask her to find out the truth. If you can't ask her face to face, at least call her or even text her. You can tell her something like this: I am feeling like you are ignoring me for the last few days. Unintentionally, if I have hurt you in any way, then I am really sorry for that. If I have done something wrong with you, then please let me know so that I can at least try to make up for my mistake. Because to me, our relationship is very much important. I have put that message in the description box below so that you don't even have to type it. You just have to copy the message and then edit it according to your choice and send it to her immediately. Now here can also be two different cases. Number one, she replied and told you that due to your XYZ deed, she was hurt. So if you had hurt her unintentionally, then you should immediately say sorry to her and assure her that it will never be repeated by you. Number two, she didn't reply at all or replied that nothing happened, I'm just busy with my work, or anything similar to that which you know isn't true and she is trying to ignore you. For example, she is online whole day and posting status updates one by one or replying to one of your common friend normally, but only in case of you, she is giving that excuse that she is busy in her studies or with her works. So even after sending that emotional message, if she continues to ignore you, then one thing is clear. Maybe the relationship is still important to you, but for her, it has no more importance. Then in that case, you need to follow the third step, which is get that she has changed. In every person's life, priorities used to change with time. Until yesterday, maybe you were at the highest priority in her life, but today someone else is there. Maybe that's why she is ignoring you. Now that better option could be any person, anything, or any work. Change in priority is not a bad thing because it happens in all of our lives. But if your relationship has no more importance to her anymore, then that is a big problem. In that case, you have to follow the fourth step, which is don't lose your self-respect. You haven't done anything wrong with her, you are asking her, but still she is continuously ignoring you, and after all of that, you are still roaming around her. Don't do this, because you will lose your self-respect by doing so, and slowly you will fall into depression. And once a person loses his self-respect, that person can never think or achieve something big in his life. Now let's suppose maybe you are wrong. Actually your relationship matters to her. Then also you should not roam around her in such cases, because then she may find your weakness and who knows, she may also manipulate you based on your weakness. After she ignores you, if you stop roaming around her, then she will herself come back to you if your relationship is truly important to her. So no means no, whether she tells you that directly or you understand it from her behavior. Once you are clear that her answer is no, then you should immediately move on and follow this final step, which is, she has changed, so I have also changed. She has changed her priorities in life, so now it's your turn to change your priorities in life. Many times people mix up relationship and love. See, you need to understand this. A relationship can never be one-sided, because relationship means there must be active participation from both the parties so that there can be some kind of transaction. Whereas love can be one-sided, because love simply means that I always want good for you. Now if it is good for you to stay away from me, then I accept that also. So if she is not interested to stay in a relationship with you, then it's fine. Because if you can remember, I am sure you may have at least one school friend in your childhood about whom you used to think that you guys will be friends forever. But now, you may not even talk to that friend once in a year. So have you gone crazy for that? Are you dead for that? With time, we learn to cope up with everything. The only thing you need to care is that you should never let your ego get heavy on you and should never cross the limit that brings your self-respect down. Now if I sum up this whole video, if someone is ignoring you, then first you should ask yourself what happened. If you get an answer, then put your ego aside and go tell her sorry. But if you don't get an answer, then ask her what happened. Now if you get an answer from her and you have made some mistake, then again put your ego aside and tell her sorry. But if she doesn't reply to you anything and continues ignoring you, then get that she has changed and your relationship has no more value to her anymore. So in that case, don't let your self-esteem down, because it's your turn to change yourself. Always remember, life moves on and so should we. At last, a little request to you. If you have found this video useful, then please share with your friends and family so that they can also do the right thing if someone ignores them. Thanks for watching. More wisdom, more solution, better life.